Hello there, it's Karen here, also known as Crafty Little Miss K, and today I have got a gift box for you. This one is for a friend of mine. There's a group of us going to her party at the weekend, and we thought we'd club together and get her a gift voucher. So I said, well, instead of just giving her a plain old envelope with a little gift card in it, how about I make something special? And they said, go for it, Karen. So I've made this little box. And there's a little gift voucher just there. I've got the little receipt in there, so she'll know how much she's got to spend when she goes into the shop. I thought she thinks she'll be pleased. Yeah, so I've made this, and I was inspired by a lady called Brenda Quintana, who is in America, and she did a video way back in 2013 where she made one of these boxes. And then I noticed there was another one, Jan B, who is a UK demonstrator, made one back in, I think, 2016. So now I'm reprising it 3 years on from there to make the box. And I've made a little, just as a little aside, I've made the nice little card to go with it as well. So we can all sign it. I've got a gold card, so gold pens they can write on the back of it because it is black and I didn't want to put a white background on it. Anyway, so this is the card I'm making. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm using Christmas paper this time because I want to make a Christmas box. My son, my younger son, who still lives at home, is always helping me out, running me round and looking after my dad for me if I can't make it. He goes and visits his sister when I can't go and see her. And he's such a big help to me that I wanted to do something special. So I've got him this little gift card. It's got a little bit extra on it that I would normally spend, just as a way of saying thank you. So I'm making the box for him. So I've tried to go for something that's a bit more manly because, you know, there's lots and lots of lovely Christmas designer paper out there that's got lots of the frosted floors are amazing. Stampin' Up's frosted floors are amazing. But I've got this one from the Joyous Noel set, and it's all copper foiled. All the sheets have got copper foiling on it somewhere, and it's absolutely beautiful. So if I give you the measurements of what I've done and show you where I got the items from. So first of all, you've got a piece of card which is 9 inches by 7, which is 22.8 by 17.7 centimetres. Then you'll need another piece of card which is 7 by 5, and that's 17.7 centimetres by 12.7. These measurements in centimetres are kind of like an estimate. They're not exact, not an exact science, because changing from inches into centimetres, you never get it exactly right. But yeah, so I always work in inches and try and give centimetres where I can. Then you need a strip to go around as a belly band, and this is just cut a full length strip from an A4 sheet, so it's just over 11.5 inches long, and it measures on the width on it. It is I've got it written down next to me, 1.25 inches, which works out to be 3.2 centimetres. Then I've also cut an oval, and I've used the layering ovals to do this, and embossed it as well, just so I can get on with the project. So I've used the largest scalloped oval for that one, and I've used the second largest oval, plain oval, for that one there. And then the stamp set I've used to make the deer and the many merry thanks comes from Dashing Deer. So it's this one here and then that one there. And if you're eagle-eyed, you'll notice that it's not copper embossing. That's because I haven't got any. So it doesn't exactly match, but my son won't mind. He'll be just blown away by the box anyway, and by the voucher inside, I'm sure, because that's the kind of person he is. Anyway, back to the project. Then you'll need some copper foil, or whichever foil colour if you're not using this. Blue, navy and silver, like Night of Navy and silver looks amazing. So this one is 4 7/8 by 2 7/8, which is 12.3 by 7.3. And then you need two pieces, which are 4 7/8 by 2 1/8, which is 12.3 by 5.4 centimetres. And then the designer paper I'm using this side, and this is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4, which is 12 by 7. And then the last two pieces, the same size, which are 4 3/4 by 2, which is 12 by 5.1. So there we go. That's all there is to it. Let's get making. So, I'm also going to be using my tailored tag punch as well. In the other videos that on YouTube, they used the old decorative label punch, I think it was called, but I want to use something a bit more, and that came from a man set last year anyway, so which is why I'm using that one. Okay, so let's get scoring. So I'm just going to use the bigger piece first. Just put that one off to one side. And you need to score on the long side, so on the 9-inch side, you want to score at 1, and then at 4, at 5 and at 8. You switch it round to the short side, you'll score at 1 inch. Turn it all the way around again and you score at 1 inch. You could say 1 and 6 if you want. I just do it this way. And then the slightly smaller piece, which is the 7 and by 5 one, on the long side again, you want to score at 2 1/4, and then at 3 1/2, and then at 4 3/4. Okay, so that's going to give you your little fold up mechanism that goes inside. And then for the belly band, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it round, so there's not going to be an exact science as to what size it is. It just depends on size of your box. You know, the boxes all come in slightly different sizes. And now what I'm going to do now is on the bigger piece, I'm just going to get and press all those score lines out. Oops. Okay. Yeah, my friend's birthday, she's invited us all to the party. She said it's going to be a black and gold theme, hence the colours I used on her box there. Okay, and then this one, just want to score in half first of all, and then we'll come back to that in a minute and finish that one in a minute. So with this one, because it's going to be a hinged box, you need to do some snipping. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get that. I want to do a little finger thing there first of all. Yes, and so to do that, I'm just using my 1 inch circle, and I'm just going to go, just do it by eye. Want to come in, put the end of your punch along the score line there, and try and get it in the middle as best you can. You know, doesn't have to be exact, and then punch. All you want to do is just take the tiniest little bit out, just so that it's easier for you to sort of like hold on to it to flip it open. Okay, so now we're going to do some cutting. I always cut on the back because I like to use the bumpy side. Now let's do this bit here. So you come just this side of the score line, nice straight cut. Just this side of the score line, nice straight cut. And then just do a little mitre there and there. Okay. And then the same on this one, just come to this side of the score line, straight cut, mitre it, and then mitre the end bit as well. I didn't reach quite to the end, so let's just do that one again, that's better. And then copy it on the other side. I haven't done this bit for a reason, I'll go back to that in a second. So exactly the same again, straight edge, mitre, mitre, and then straight, mitre, mitre. Now then, this one I'm going to do the other way. I'm going to do it on this side. Actually, no, I won't. Yes, let me think. Yes, I will, because I don't want to see any edges too much on the front. So we're going to do it this way on this one, and then mitre that side, straight edge, cut, and cut. Alright, so that's that. And then I'm going to be using Tombow glue, because I prefer that. And I'm going to make the box up first, and I'm going to put the DSP on afterwards. So what you want to do is bring all those flaps forwards like this, and we're just going to put some DSP, some glue on there. You can use tear and tape or the red tape, as long as it's strong enough to hold a box together, so I wouldn't use snail. Okay, that's that bit. And I'm going to do the front bit first. So just bring it up, get yourself a nice corner there. If you'd have cut in the other direction, you'd have had this bit coming up, so I'd rather have the straight edge at the front there. And then nice straight one here as well. Now I've noticed that my measurement is slightly off, so I'm just going to snip that. I usually check this before I put it together. I'm just going to snip that out like that, just to make sure it's nice and straight, and just gradually sort of cut it away then, and the same on this one, just so it looks nice on the front when the lid's down. Okay, so let's get on with these ones. Now that's the lid, so you want to bring this tab to this one here, and then just hold that in place. I've got to move now because this glue's starting to dry. And that one, and then this one, and this one, and then just give it a good old burnish with your bone folders. Just make sure that glue is actually sticking, especially as I left it a few minutes to finish off the front. That's it, all done. And that is your box done. Okay, so it's got little tiny bits. You can't help these bits sticking out for a little bit, but the belly band will hold those down, and I've just noticed that's a little bit proud of the edge on that one because in my haste to get it glued before it dried. So I'm just going to snip that bit off. That's it, and that was fine. Yep, they're all fine. Okay, so I'll leave it off to one side. Let's get rid of those odd bits. Now this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I said, I'm using my tailored tag punch. So you just fold it in half first of all. Again, just by looking at it, try and get these bits even here. And then I'm just going to come down to just beyond where the slanted bit becomes straight. And I just want to, it's going to be hard because it's 2 layers, but there we go. So, because I just want to create a small hole like that. Okay, now if this is going to be the outside, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to fold back those other score lines now and just press them out. And then put it to the wrong side, open it up, and I want to get a pencil and a ruler. And what I want to do, I've got all the measurements written down the side here. Just want to mark a 1/4 of an inch up from the centre fold line, which is score line, which is there, and a 1/4 of an inch here. That's the centimetre side, that's why it looked odd. That's alright, it's a 1/4 of an inch. And a 1/4 of an inch there. And then just draw a line. This part won't be seen because it's going to be glued into the box, but just draw a line gently, don't make it too hard so you can actually see it on the other side, and then come in on that penciled line there, 3/4 of an inch, which is there, and then 3/4 of an inch, which is there, right? And then with your scissors, just come in underneath there and just cut out that line. You're going to cut the very thin, tiny little sliver up to that line there, that's it, and just very carefully cut out the pencil line that you've made. Alright, so it's going to be a tiny little bit like that, and the same on this side. Just cut straight down to that pencil mark there, and come the other side. Ooh. That's just somewhere for your card to sit, because obviously the tag isn't wide enough to take the card. So you'll end up with a slit like that. Okay, and then we're going to stick it into the box. See how that goes. So what you're going to do is this edge here will come to the edge here, and this edge here will come to the front of the lid there. I'm not gluing it right now, I'm just going to show you how it goes. There we go, like that. And I really don't like those bits sticking out there, so I'm going to just cut those off. You know, these funny odd bits just there. I'm going to cut those off as well, like that. So it's nice and straight. Up. That looks like a whole lot better, doesn't it? Okay, so let's get that glued in. That's it. Remembering that the slit has to go on top, so make sure that's like towards the lid when you're putting this piece in. And let's get that in there. It's very dark. It's sunny outside, but I suppose because it's right in the middle of winter now, it's quite dark in my room because I only can see the morning sun here. Okay, and then just press that down like that. You could use your bottom of your Tombow bottle there, actually, that's a nice flat edge. Just to hold that in, and the same on here. Okay, so that's looking pretty plain at the moment. But if I just pull out my gift card, that sits in there a treat. Okay, right, so let's get it decorated. Let's start with the outside. So let's close that up again for a second. So the outside, I'll pull these pieces over. You want the larger piece of the foil and that, and then these two are going to be in the base of the box and inside the lid. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these together first. Now with foil, I have found out, don't ask me how I know this, but you don't want to put too much glue on your paper because it slides about and then it oozes out and then you get a horrible mess. So just be a little bit more scant with the glue if you're using wet glue. Okay, let's hope that doesn't ooze out. I'm just going to turn it out and do it over and just going to give it a little rub just to spread the glue around underneath the DSP, and that's worked out a treat. Okay, so the same with this one. We'll do all three pieces and then we'll stick them in. So like I said, glue around the edge but not too much everywhere else. That didn't mean for that to happen. No, I have got glue on it. Okay, that's only a tiny bit, that's good. Now I've got to remember there's got a big splodge glue there. So I think what I'll do, so I don't accidentally catch it on anything, I'll just put an extra piece, a scrap piece of, not that piece. I like using dirty paper when I'm filming. Let's use a clean piece. There we go. I'll put that on top. That'll stop me from sticking to it. Okay, so I've done those two. Okay, I do keep all my old bits when I've stamped all over it, and I use it as backing when I'm doing my private projects or if I'm doing the prep beforehand, you know, making a sample up. Okay, let's do this last one. I love the Tombow because if I don't get it straight first time, I can move it before it sets. So there we go, that's those ones. And then I think what I'll do is I'll do this bit as well while I'm here. Got glue everywhere on my fingers. Okay, where's it gone? It's probably a little bit too much there, but we'll find out in a second. And then just move it around until it's nice and even. A little press, turn it over, give it a squeege. There we go, that's all those done. Okay, so we're going to start off with this one here, and this is the piece that goes on the top. Okay, so back to the glue. I'm safe filming this. My son doesn't watch my YouTube channel videos. Crafting is not his thing. It was once. I used to craft years and years ago when he was little, and he crept into my room one time when I wasn't around and made me the most beautiful little Christmas card. I cried. As mummies do, I cried. He must be about 5 then. A lot older now. Okay, so now we're going to be doing these pieces. So that piece is going to fit in there, and that piece is going to fit in there. All right, so I'll just do the lid as it's sitting here. That's it. I love these boxes. I'm going to have to make some more. I think everybody's going to get gift cards from now on, so I absolutely adore these boxes. Try not to get my head in it and try not to headbutt the camera as well. Okay, just hold it at one end and just you can squidge it all down the other end. And then vice versa. That's it. Make sure there's nothing on there. And then we'll do the base. Okay, that's it. Oh, that moved. Let me just move that back again. Good old Tombo. That's it. That's it. And there we go. Almost done. Pop the gift card in again. That's nice and snug, so that shouldn't fall down. Nope. All right. So the belly band. I don't want that back, don't I? The belly band. You start at the bottom, underneath, and then what you'll do. This won't meet at the top, so just pinch it there. And pinch it there. Don't make it so tight that you can't get it off and on, and then just come over like that. That's not quite in the middle, but then I'm going to stick that on the top like that. Alright, so take it away, and where those little pinch marks are, you can now just fold those out. And this way you can also make sure your band is straight so that the ends don't sort of like go like that, they actually meet like that. Go. Okie doke. That's lovely. Now then, what I'm going to do is, shall I glue or shall I? Yeah, I think I'll glue to make sure it's nice. And so what I want to do is just put a bit of glue like that. I'm not quite sure exactly where the card's going to end, but I don't want to get it on the, don't want to get it stuck to the lid of the box. So if I bring this around this way, and then just to make sure it's right in the middle, like so. Oops. Oh my life! That glue is really wet today. All right. Try again. There we go. Make sure it's nice and straight. That's it. Just hold it in place for a sec. Okay. There we go. And then I can fold it down, press it properly. There's no glue underneath. Alright, so there we are. It doesn't really need any other embellishment on there because, like I said, it's for a guy, and I don't, you know, normally I'd put flowers on there or bows or something. So there we are. That's your box done already, all finished. So there you go. It's just a nicer way of presenting a gift voucher, which is a great present to have because it means you can go and buy what you want. But it's just nicer than just getting a plain old envelope. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll have a go. If you do, let me know. Let me know how you get on. And yeah, thanks for watching. And just before I go, thank you to everybody who subscribed to me recently. I recently hit 500. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I started off with 1. In fact, I started with nobody. And then my son-in-law took pity on me and he subscribed. And it's just kind of snowballed from then. Anyway, thank you very much for everybody who has subscribed. And I hope you stay with me. And I hope that I do more projects in the future that you enjoy. Anyway, have a lovely day. And I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.